Live. I'm Ob, your chief cultivator here at Dandelion Branding. Because here at Dandelion, we're making sustainability part of mainstream conversations. And that means helping you, the sustainable founder, become an unhushable force in the world. This is live take two. There were some really serious technical difficulties on the last one. So, yeah. If you're into radical transparency and sustainability, especially if you're the eco curious wizard in your friend group, I recommend tapping the subscribe button because we're not just storytellers over here. We're giving you the blueprint for action in the sustainability sector. We will not be hushed, and neither should you or your mission. Now, today is a beautiful day in the Netherlands. We finally have some intermittent sun because it is springtime for you. And I've got some tea for you because we are absolutely vibing the spring in the Northern Hemisphere, whether you like it or not. And your business should be vibing with it too, or you're going to find yourself fighting the natural rhythm that your audience is in. So, today's topic is seasonal change. One of my absolute favorite things to talk about. You can find my seasonal marketing calendar article in the description if you're kind of a read to learn person. I know I certainly am. But before we jump into that to do list, I do kind of want to talk about the energy of the seasons, right? So we just left winter. I mean, it's the 25th. For a lot of people, I know in Michigan, my folks still having snow, all right? But winter, it's like that cold, dreamy isolation chamber. We're rooting down, we're making plans, maybe getting a little bit too much in our head, doing a little stir crazy stuff, or just doing that really deep inner work that nobody really sees. But spring is for that verdant, wild, explosive time of year. Think about a seed sitting in the dark, cold soil. In the winter, it's all potential. But in the spring, that seed has to make a choice. Burst forth, burst forth, or rot. That's where your business is right now. You cannot stay in the planning phase forever, although that's fun, because if you don't push through the surface right now, you won't have the momentum to get you through summer and you won't have a harvest in the autumn. There's the energies for you. That's the truth. Okay, I can't talk about spring without talking about spring cleaning. Sorry, don't give me that look. I already know. What does it look like for your business? Well, I liken it to what I call grassing the weeds, which basically just means pulling out all the shit you don't need to step into this growth season with. For me, that meant getting rid of a ton of old posts, old blog articles that weren't serving, removing an entire unhushable session every month, and going through all of Dandelion's subscriptions. I'm still working on it. I literally spent weeks clearing things out and setting myself up for the business to grow differently this year. For you, okay, it could mean auditing your content to make sure that it's still connected with your mission. Or it could be being brave enough to get rid of something that's energetically holding back you or your business's growth. And I bet as I say that, you're kind of going like, "Ooh, yeah, I see it. I know exactly what you're talking about." An undervalued thing to think about here is dropping projects that aren't serving you or aren't ready yet or don't feel good to do right now. And I'm not saying dropping them forever. That's not really fair. I'm just talking about dropping things until it's actually realistic. It's like going to the grocery store hungry. We plan hungry. We plan for 24 hours of efficiency without thinking about relaxation or rest. And I've got a couple of these too. Like I felt really excited about them and don't get me wrong, like I still am, but realistically, it doesn't work in my schedule at the pace I really wanted to plan it for. So I need to take a step back and really like sort of reimagine when those projects can come to fruition, you know? Nothing wrong with that. It's being honest. Now let's talk about the psychology behind it, in the people. In this season, the sunlight is touching places it hasn't touched for months. If I mean it that way. If you're feeling it, your people are feeling it too. They are absolutely waking up. Now, I am an ADHD dopamine seeker with a special interest in plants. So, personally, I am a solar powered human and I am very distractible in the spring. I'm hard to pin down without a date physically in my calendar and all the notifications turned on because, honey, I am outside. I am working on a project while I'm planning my next one while I'm telling sustainability, regenerative, and biodiverse stories through my clients and through this channel on Dandelion. So like I I get it, okay? Also, like by the way, would you like to see some of my garden projects? I'm considering adding another playlist where I just sort of share my ugly, sort of uncurated biodiversity project content to sort of round out storytelling and the communications. I don't know, playing with it. That's one of those things, you know. Okay, anyways, I am an extreme example, but I can pretty much guarantee that your audience is feeling a version of this too, whether or not they know it. They're emerging from their winter shells and their attention is moving really fast. They're moving from this internal reflection space into the external action. Wintertime came with this like beautiful, cozy survival situation, but now it's all about the shine. It's all about the transformation. And even though it's great, emerging from the cocoon is really tough stuff. You know, like it can feel super, like our wings, they feel heavy. And especially in 2026, like this climate is a mess. So your job is to make it easy for them, to create a fertile, welcoming space for your audience that you can grow with them instead of shouting at them. And in your business, once your cleaning is done and you understand where your audience is, it is time to go. Okay, push the big red button on those plans that have been swirling in your head since December, honey. Launch the website, make the gut level brand transition, drop the new project. Like, let's go. For me, I literally just launched my new website. I'm working on the UnHushable network. You heard it here first. That is has the intention of being launched before the season is out. Stay tuned for that announcement. You'll probably be the first to know when it's live. All of those things that have been ruminating while you've been rooting down and thinking and getting in that soil, it's time to take the steps to share. Spring is the showy season. So show people, show them what you've been building in the dark. You've been moving in silence. Now's the time to to open yourself up. I'm not just going to throw you to the wolves here though. You still need guardrails. That's what I'm all about. You know, it's like putting guardrails to make your creativity shine through. So here's a few for the spring season calendar because there are some really big moments coming up that your audience is really mentally preparing for right now and you can sort of like grab onto those. Easter, Sunday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, they're all technically in the spring season. They can be really emotional day for folks, so you want to be careful here, but if these days suit your brand, they can offer really lovely boosts of connection. Earth Day or Earth Month, really, is also here. Don't wait till April 21st to start thinking about it, please. You want to start building your lore right now. Earth Month, Earth Day is a huge trust signal in this space. Tax day. Now, I know you weren't expecting this one from me, but for the nonprofit, it's a great day to pivot around a giving campaign because it's on people's minds. Most giving is tax deductible, so you can sort of connect that, make a tax deductible donation for next year. And if you're still communicating with the USA, in May, you've got Memorial Day, which is a very, very big brand sales day. If you connect with any of those, build spring campaigns around them and then build your calendar more largely around that. And if it feels like a lot to manage while you're also like trying to run a business, that's what the Dandelion content ecosystem is for. We handle the calendar and the guardrails so you can just focus on that big, blooming, showy, beautiful part. You can head down to my description and you can book a call, or you can just check out my seasonal marketing calendar for the full breakdown of this episode. And hey, you know what? You don't have to do all of that. But if you start talking to your team right now and you're like, oh, how much do I talk about my mission? How much do I talk about the planet? What about sustainability? Like, where does that fit in with all these sales? Oh, that's fine because my next session is on Earth Day, and that's exactly what I'm covering. I'm going to put that video on the screen here so you can sign up to be notified about when that's coming out. It's on Earth Day at 4 p.m. And otherwise, I will put a circle with me like holding our little dandelion um, in it so you can really easily subscribe to the channel and get more sustainability stories. Thank you for being here. And if no one told you today, thank you so much for the work that you're doing. Go out there and be unhushable, and I will see you next time. Bye.